Alright. So we're going to move on to William Shakespeare, King Lear, Act 4, Scene 1, the health, the heath. Yet better thus, and known to be contemned, than so contempt the flattered, to be worse than lowest and most dejected thing of fortune. Stand still in esperance, live not in fear. Lamentable changes from the best, the worst returns to laughter. Welcome then, thou unsubstantial air that I embrace. The wretch that thou hast blown into the worst owes nothing to thy blast. But who comes here? Man, my father poorly led. World, world, O world, but that thy strange mutations make us hate thee, life would not yield to age. Oh, my good lord, I have been your tenant and your father's tenant these 80 years. Away, get thee away, good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all. Thee they may hurt. You cannot see your way. I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Full oft 'tis seen, our means secure us, and our more defects prove our commodities. Ah, dear son Edgar, the fruit of thy abused father's wrath, might I but to live to see thee and my touch, I'd say I had eyes again. How now? Who's there? Oi, gods! Who is't can say I am at the worst? I am worse than e'er I was. 'Tis poor, my Tom, and worse I may be yet, the worst is not. So long as we can say this is the worst. Fellow, where goest? Is it a beggar man? Madman and beggar too. He has some reason, else he could not guide the last night's storm I such a fellow saw, which made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet my mind was then scarce friends with him. I have heard more since, as flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport. How should this be? Bad is the trait that must play fool tomorrow, angering himself and others. Bless thee, master. Is that the naked fellow? Ay, my lord. Then prithee, get thee gone. If it for my sake thou wilt o'ertake us hence a mills or twain, I the way toward Dover do it for ancient love, and bring some covering for this naked soul, who I entreat to lead me. Alack, sir, he is mad. 'Tis the times, plague with madmen leads the blind. Do as I bid thee, or rather do thy pleasure. Above the rest be gone, I'll bring him to the best parlel that I have. Come on't what I will. Sirrah, naked fellow. Poor Tom, a cold. I cannot doubt it further. Come hither, fellow. And yet I must bless thy sweet eyes, thy bleed. Knowest thou the way to Dover? Both stile and gate, horseway, and footpath. Poor Tom hath been scared out of his good wits. Bless thee, good man's son from foul fiend. Give fiends have been in poor Tom at once, of lust, as Obident, prince of dumbness, Mahu of stealing, Modo of murder, and Flibbert Gibbet of mopping and mowing, who since possesses chambermaids and waiting women. So bless their master. Go take the purse, thou whom the heavens plagues. Have humbled all strokes, that I am wretch makes thee the happier. Heavens deal so still, let the superfluous lust diet in man that slaves your ordinance I will not see, because he doth not feel your power quickly. So distribution should undo excess, and each man have enough. Dost thou know Dover? No, master, there's a cliff whose high and bending heave looks fearfully at the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it, and I'll repair the misery thou dost bear with something rich about me. From that place I shall no leading need. Give me thy arm. Poor Tom shall lead thee. Scene 2, before the Duke of Albany. Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. Now, where's your master? Madam, within, but never man so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer was the worst of Gloucester's treachery and of the loyal service of his son. When I informed him, then he called me and sought, and told me I had turned the wrong side out. What most he should dislike seems pleasant to him, what like offensive. Then shall you go to no further. It is the coward's terror of his spirit that dares not undertake. He'll not feel wrongs which tie him to an answer. Our wishes on the way. may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change arms at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us ere long. You are like to hear, if you dare venture in your own behalf. A mistress's command. Wear this, spare speech. Decline your head, this kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive and fare thee well, yours in the ranks of death. My most dear Gloucester, o'er the differences of man and man, to thee a woman's service are due. My full usurps my bed. Madam, here comes my lord. I've been worth the whistle. Oh, Jonero, you are not worth the dust with the rude wind blows in your face. I fear your disposition. That nature which contempts its origin cannot be boarded certain in itself. She that herself will sliver and disbranch from her material sap, her force must wither and come to deadly use. No more. The text is foolish. Wisdom and goodness to the vile seem vile. Filth savor but themselves. What have you done? Tigers, not daughters, what have you performed? A father and a gracious aged man, whose reverence the head lugged bear would lick. Most barbarous, most degenerate, have you madded? Could my good brother suffer you to do it? I don't know what to say to you. A man, a prince, by him so benefited. If that to the heavens do not their visible spirits send quickly down to tame these vile offenses, it will come. Humanity must perforce prey on itself like monsters of the deep. Milk-livered man, that beareth a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who is not in thy brows, and I discerning thy honor from thy suffering, that not knowest, fools, do these villains pity who are punished ere they have done their mischief. Where's thy drum? France spreads his banners in our noiseless land, which plumed helm thy slayer brigands threats, whilst thou immoral fool sittest still and criest alack. Why does he so? See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiend, so horrid as in a woman. O vain fool, thou changed and self-covered thing, for shame be monster not thy feature. Were't my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, they are apt enough to dislocate and tear my flesh and bones. However, thou art a fiend. A woman's shape does shield thee. Marry, your manhood mew. What's news? Oh, my good lord, the Duke of Cornwall's dead, slain by his servant, going to put out the other eye of Gloucester. Gloucester's eyes, a servant that is bred, thrilled with remorse. Nay. Opposed against this account, bending the sword to his great master, who, thereat enraged, flew on him, and amongst them felled him dead, but not without that harmful stroke, which since hath plucked him after. This shows you are above, you justicers, that these are nether crimes so speedily can venge. But, oh, poor Gloucester, lost he is other eye? Both, my lord, this letter, madam, craves a speedy answer. 'Tis from your sister. One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her, way all like the building in my fancy pluck upon the hateful life another way. This news is not so tart. I'll read an answer. Where was his son when they did take his eyes? Come with my lady hither. He is not here. No, my good lord, I met with him back again. Knows he the wickedness? Ay, my good lord, 'twas even formed against him, and quit the house on purpose that their punishment might have their freer course. Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showest the king, and to revenge thy eyes. Come hither, friend. Tell me what more thou knowest. Scene 3, the French camp near Dover.
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Why the king of France has so suddenly gone back, know the reason? Something he left imperfect in the state, which since he coming forth is thought of which importance to the king so much fear, and danger that his personal return was most required and necessary. Who hath he left behind him, General? The Marshal of France, Monsieur Lafleur. Did your letter pierce the queen to any demonstration of grief? Aye, sir. Hold on, what is this? Aye, sir. She took them, read them in my presence, and now and then an ample tear trilled down her delicate cheek. It seems she was a queen over her passion. What is that? It most rebel-like sought to be king over her. Oh, then it's moved her. Not rage. Patience and sorrow strove to express her goodliness. You have seen sunshine and rain at once. Her smiles and tears were like a better way. These happy smiles, and played on her ripe like lips, seemed not to know what guests were in her eyes, which parted thence, as pearls from diamonds dropped. In brief sorrow would be a rarity most beloved, if all could so become it. Made she no verbal question? Faith, once or twice she heaved the name of father pantingly forth, as if it pressed her heart, cried, sisters, sisters, shame of ladies, sisters, Kent, father, sisters, what I the storm, I the night? Let pity not be believed. There she shook the holy water from her heavenly eyes, and clamor moistened, then away she started to deal with her grief alone. It is the stars above us govern our conditions, else oneself mate and mate could not beget such different issues. You spoke not with her since? No. Was this before the king returned? No, since. Well, sir, the poor distressed Lear's I the town, who sometime in this better tune remembers what we are come about, and by no means will yield to see his daughter. Why, good sir? A sovereign shame so elbows him? His own unkindness, that stripped her from his benediction, turned her to foreign casualties, gave her dear rights to his dog-hearted daughters. These things sting his mind so venomously that burning shame detains him from Cordelia. Alas, poor gentlemen, of Almany and Cornwall's power, you heard not? 'Tis so, they're afoot. Well, sir, I'll bring you to our master here, and leave you to attend him. Some dear cause will in concealment wrap me up while. When I am known aright, you shall not grieve naming me this occasion. I pray you go along with me. Scene 4, the same attempt. Alack, 'tis he. Why, he was met even now as mad as a vexed sea, singing aloud, crowned with rank fumiter and furry weeds, with burdocks, hemlocks, nettles, cuckoo flowers, darnel, and all the idle weeds that grow in our sustaining corn. A century sent forth, search every acre in the high-grown field, and bring him to our eye. What can man's wisdom in the restoring his bereaved sense? He that helps him take all my outward worth. There is means, madam, our foster nurse of nature's repose, the which he lacks, that to provoke in him are many samples operative, whose power will close the eye of anguish. All blessed seekers, all you unpublished virtues of the earth, spring with tears, be aidant and remediate in the good man's distress. Seek for him, lest his governed rage dissolve the life that wants the means to lead it. News, madam, the British powers are marching hitherward. 'Tis known before our preparations stand in expectation of them. O dear father, it is thy business that I go about. Therefore great France, my mourning and important tears, hath pitied no blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, and our aged father's right. Soon may I hear and see him. Scene 5, a room in Colchester Castle. But are my brother's powers set forth? Aye, madam, himself in person there. Madam, with much ado, your sister is a better soldier. Lord Edmund spake not with the lord at home. No, madam, what might import my sister's letter to him? I know not, lady. Faith, he has posted hints on serious matter. It was great ignorance, Gloucester's eyes being out, to let him live. Where he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery, to dispatch his nighted life, moreover to descry the strength of the enemy. I must needs after him, madam, with my letter. Our troops set forth tomorrow. Stay with us, the ways are dangerous. I may not, madam. My lady charged my duty in this business. Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes, my word? Nay, belike something I know not what. I love thee much, let my unusual the letter. Madam, I had rather. I know your lady does not love her husband. I am sure of that, and at her late being here, she gave a strange sallied and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom. Aye, madam, I speak in understanding. You are, I note. Therefore I do advise you, take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my
Squad is getting
hands
you
than
out of here.
for your
Stand by.
ladies. You may gather more if you do find him, pray you. Give him this, and when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray, desire her
The
call
squad
her
is
wisdom
barely
to
up.
her.
Get this done on
So
your
fare
own.
you well. If you do chance to hear of some blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off. Would I could meet him, madam, I would show what party I do follow. Fare thee well. Scene 6. The country near Dover. When shall I come to the top of that same hill? You do climb up it now, look how we labor. Methinks the ground is even. Horribly steep. Hark, do you hear the sea? No, truly. Why, then your other senses grow imperfect by your eyes' anguish. So may it be indeed. Methinks thy voice is altered, and now speakest in better phrase and matter than thou didst. Ye are much deceived, and nothing in my change, but in my garments. Methinks you are better spoken. Come on, sir, here's the place. Stand still, how fearful and dizzy 'tis to cast one eye so low. The crowns, the crows and chows that wing the midway air, how show scarce so gross as beetles. Halfway down hangs one that gathers samphire, dreadful trade. Methinks he seems no bigger than his head. The fishermen that walk upon the beach appear like mice, and yon tall anchoring bark diminished to her cock a buoy, almost too small for sight. The murmuring surge that on the unnumbered idle pebbles chafes cannot be heard so high. I'll look no more, lest my brain turn and the deficient sight topple down headlong. Set me where you stand. Give me your hand. You are now within a foot of this extreme verge, for all beneath the moon would I not leap upright. Let go my hand. Here, friend, another purse. In it a jewel well worth a poor man's taking. Fairies and gods prosper it with thee. Go thou further off. Bid me farewell, and let me hear thee going. Now fare you well, good sir, with all my heart. While I do trifle thus with this despair is done to cure it. Oh, you mighty gods, this world I do pronounce, and in your sights shake patiently my great affliction off, if I could bear it longer, and not fall to quarrel with your great opposeless wills. My snuff and loathed part of nature should burn itself out. If Edgar live, oh bless him. Now, fellow, fare thee well. Gone, sir, farewell. And yet I know not how conceit may rob the treasury of life, when life itself yields to be the theft. Had he been where he thought, by this had thought been past, alive or dead. Ho, you, sir! Friend, hear you, sir, speak? Thus might be past indeed, yet he revives. What are you in, sir? Away, and let me die. Hadst thou been aught but gossamer feathers, ere so many fathom down precipitating, thou'dst shivered like an egg. But thou dost breathe, hast heavy substance, bleedst not, speaks, art sound. 10 masts at each make not the altitude which thou hast perpendicularly fell. Thy life's a miracle. Speak yet again. But have I fallen or no? From the dread summit of this chalky bourne, look up a height. The shrill gorge lark so far cannot be seen or heard. Do but look up. Alack, I have no eyes. Is wretchedness deprived of that benefit to end itself by death? 'Twas yet some comfort when misery could beguile the tyrant's rage, and frustrate his proud will. Give me your arm. Up. So, how is't? Feel your legs, you stand. Too well, too well. This is above all strangers. Above the crown or the cliff, what thing is that which parted from you? Poor unfortunate beggar, as I stood here below, methought his eyes were two full moons. He had 1,000 noses, horns whelked and waved like Indrid's sea. It was some fiend, therefore, thou happy father, thank the clearest God to make them honors. Of men's impossibilities have preserved thee. I do remember now, henceforth I'll bear affliction till it do cry out itself. Enough, enough, then die, that thing you speak of. I took it for a man, how oft would tway the fiend and fiend, he led me to that place. Bare, free, and patient thoughts, but who comes here? The safer sense will ne'er accommodate his master thus. No, they cannot touch me for the coining, I am the king himself. Oi, thou side-piercing sight! Nature's above art to that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles his bellow like a proud keeper. Draw me across your yard. Look, a mouse. Peace, this piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring me up the brown bills. Oh, well-flown bird, I the clout, Hugh, give the word. Sweet marjoram, pass. I know that voice. Ah, Goneril, with a white beard. They flattered me like a dog and told me I had white hairs in my beard ere the black ones were there. To say A and no to everything I said, I and no, too, was no good divinity. When the rain came to wet me once, the wind to make me chatter, when the thunder could not peace at my bidding, there I found him, and there I smelt him out. Go to, they are not men or the words. They told me I was very thing, 'tis a lie, I'm not egg proof. The trick of that voice I do well remember, it's not the king. Aye, every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardon the man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die for adultery, no. The wren goes to't, and the small gilded fly doth letter in my sight. Let copulation thrive, for Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters got between the lawful sheets. To't luxury pell-mell, for I lack soldiers. Behold yon simpering dame, whose face between her forks presageth snow, that minces virtue and does shake the head to hear of pleasure's name. The Fitzhugh north the soiled horse goes, toot with a more riotous appetite. Down from the waist they are censures, the woman all above, but to the girl to the gods inherit. Beneath is all the fiends, there's hell, there's darkness, there is the sulphurous pit. Burning, scalding, stints, consumpting, fie, pa, give me an ounce of civet, good, apothecary, sweet my imagination, there's money for thee. Oh, let me kiss that hand, let me wipe it first, it smells of morality. Oh, ruined piece of nature, this great world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me? I remember thy eyes well enough. Dost thou squinty at me? No, do thy worst, blind Cupid, I'll not love. Read thou this challenge, mark by the penning of it. Were all the letters sons I could not see, I would not take thee from report it is, and my heart breaks at it. Read, what with the ease, case of eyes? Aho! Are you there with me? Eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse? Your eyes are in an heady case, your purse in a light, yet you see how this world goes. I see it feelingly. What, art mad? A man may see how this world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ears, see how yon justice rails upon you, simply thief. Hark in thine ear, change places, and handy-dandy, which is the justice, which is the thief. Thou hast seen a farmer's dog bark at beggar. Aye, sir, and the creature run from the cur. There thou mightest behold the great image of authority. A dog's obeyed in office, thou rascal beetle. Hold thy bloody hand. Why dost thou lash that whore? Strip thine own back. Thou hotly lustest to use her in that kind from which thou whipped at her. The usher hangs the cozener. Through tattered clothes small vices do appear, robes and furred gowns hide all. Plate sin with gold, and the strong lance of justice hurtless breaks. Arm in its rags a pygmy straw doth pierce it. None does offend it. None, I say none, I'll able 'em. Take that of me, my friend, who have the power to seal the accuser's lips. Get these glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician seem to see the things that dost not. Now. Pull on my boots, harder, so. Oh, matter and impertinency, mix reason in madness. If thou wilt weep my fortunes, take my eyes, I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester, thou must be patient. We came crying hither, thou knowest the first time that was smell the air. We wail and cry, I will preach to thee, mark. Alack the day. When we are born, we cry that we have come to this great stage of fools. This a great block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it a proof. And when I have stolen upon these sons-in-laws, then kill, 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 kill. Oh, here he is. Lay hand upon him, sir, your most dear daughter. No rescue? What, a prisoner? I am even the natural fool of fortune. Use me well. You shall have a ransom. Let me have surgeons. I am cut to the brains. You shall have anything. No seconds. All thyself. Why, this would make a man of salt to use his eyes for garden water pots. Aye, and lay in autumn's dust. Good sir, I will die bravely as a bridegroom. What? I will be jovial. Come, come, I am a king. My masters, know you that? You are a royal one, and we obey you. Then there's life in it. Nay, and you get it. You shall get it by running. Sa, 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 sa. A sight most pitiful in the meanest wretch. Past speaking of it in a king, thou hast one daughter, who redeems nature from the general curse which twain had brought her to. Hail, gentle sir! Sir, speed you. What's your will? Do you hear aught, sir, of a battle toward? Most sure and vulgar, everyone bears that, which can distinguish sound. But by your favor, how near's the other army? Near, and on speedy foot. The main descry stands on the hourly thought. I thank you, sir, that's all. Though that the queen on special cause is here, her army is moved on. I thank you, sir. You ever gentle gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worthless spirit tempt me again to die before you, please. Will pray you, father. Now, good sir, what are you? A most poor man made tame to 4 times blows, who by the art of known and feeling sorrows, and pregnant to good pity. Give me your hand, I'll fleet you to some biting. Hearty thanks, the bounty and the venison of heaven to boot and boot. A proclaimed prize, most happy, that eyeless head of thine was first framed flesh to raise my fortunes. Thou old unhappy traitor, briefly thyself remember the sword is out that most destroy thee. Now let thy friendly hand put strength enough to't. Wherefore, bold peasant, darest thou support a published traitor? Hence, lest that infection of his fortune take like hold on thee. Let go his arm. Chill not to let go, thou without virtue occasion. Let go, slave, or thou diest. Good gentlemen, go your great, and let poor Volk pass. And chud ha been zwaggered out of my life, 'twould not ha been so long as tither night. Nay, come not fair, and so man keep out. Chaverf ye eyes try whether your concert to my bottle me tarder. She'll be playing with you. Art dunghill. To pick your teeth, sir. Come no matter, though your voins. Slave, thou hast slain me. Villain, take my purse, if ever thou wouldst thrive, bury my body. And give my letters which thou findest about me to Edmund Earl of Gloucester. Seek him about the English party, and timely death. I know thee well, a servile so villain and the duteous to the vices of thy mistress, as badness would desire. What, is he dead? Sit you down, father, rest you. Let's see his pockets. These letters that he speaks of may be my friends. He's dead. I am only sorry he had no other death's man. Let us see. Believed into wax, and manners blame us not. To know our enemies' minds, we'd rip their hearts. Their papers is more lawful. Let our reciprocal vows be remembered. You have many opportunities to cut 'em off. If your will wants not, time and place will be fruitfully offered. There is nothing done if he return the conqueror. Then am I the prisoner, and his bed my goal from the loads warm, whereof deliver me, and supply the place for your labor. Your wife, so I would say, affectionate servant. O undistinguished space of woman's will, O plot upon her virtuous husband's life, and exchange my brother here in the sands. Thee I'll rake up the most unsanctified of murderous leches, and in the mature time, with the ungracious paper strike the sight of the death practice duke. For him 'tis well that of the death business I can tell.
Move to
The
secure.
king is mad, how stiff is my vile sense, that I stand up and have ingenious feeling of my huge sorrows. Better I were shracked, so should my thoughts be
All supply
searched
boxes
for my
secure.
griefs,
Contract
and
complete.
woes by wrong imagination lose
Enemy
the
UAV
knowledge of
overhead.
themselves. Give me your hand. Far off methinks I hear the beaten drum. Come, father, I'll bestow you with a friend. Scene 7. A tent in the French camp. O thou good Kent, how shall I live and work to match thy goodness? My life will he too short, and every measure fail me. To be acknowledged, madam, is overpaid. All my reports go with modest truth, nor more nor clipped, but so. Yeah. Okay. All right. Be better suited. These weeds are memories of the worser hours. I prithee put them off. Pardon me, dear madam, yet to be known shortens my made intent. My boon I make it that you know me not, till time and I think meet. Then beat. So, my good lord, how does the king? Madam, sit still, do you, kind God? Cure this great speech and subdued nature, the untuned and jarring senses. Oi, wind up of this child-changed father. So please your majesty, we may wake the king. He hath slept long. Be governed by your daughters. I, the sway of your own will, is he arrayed? Aye, madam, in the heaviness of sleep we put fresh garments on him. Be by, good madam. When we do awake him, I doubt not of his temperance. Very well. Please you, draw near. Louder the music here. Oh, my dear father, restoration hang thy medicine on my lips, and let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made. Kind and dear princess, had you not been their father, these white flakes had challenged pity of them. Were this a face to be exposed against the warm winds, to stand against the deep, dread bolt of thunder, and the most terrible and nimble stroke of quick-cross lightning, to watch poor Perdue with this thin helm? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. And wouldst thou fain, poor father, to hovel thee with swine and rogues forlorn, and short and musty straw? Alack, alack! 'Tis wonder that thy life and wits at once had not concluded all. He wakes. Speak to him. Madam, do you? 'Tis fittest. How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty? How do me wrong to take me out of the grave? Thou art soul of bliss, but I am bound upon a wheel of fire, and mine own tears do scald like molten lead. Sir, do you know me? You are a spirit, I know. When did you die? Still, far wide. He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while. Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight. I am mightily abused. I should even die with pity to see another dust. I know not what to say. I will not swear these are my hands. Let's see. I feel this pin prick. Would I were assured of my condition? Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hands in benediction o'er me. And no, sir, you must not kneel. Pray do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man, fourscore and upward, not an hour more or less. And to deal plainly, I fear I am not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know that you and know this man, yet I am doubtful. I am mainly ignorant what place this is, and all the skill I have remembers not the garments, nor I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child Cordelia. And so I am. Be your tears wet? Yes, faith, I pray, weep not. If you have poison for me, I will drink it. I know you do not love me, for your sisters have, as I do remember, done me wrong. You have done some cause, they have not. No cause. Am I in France? In your own kingdom, sir. Do not abuse me. Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him, and yet it is danger to make him even o'er the time he has lost. Desire him to go in, and trouble him no more till further settling. Will't please your highness walk? You must bear with me, pray you now, for yet you forgive. I am old and foolish. Hold, it's true, sir, that the Duke of Cornwall was so slain? Most certain, sir. Who is conductor of his people? As 'tis said, the bastard son of Gloucester. They say Edgar is banished, son, is with the Earl of Kent in Germany. Report is changeable. 'Tis time to look about. The powers of the kingdom approach apace. The arbitrament is like to be bloody. Fare you well, sir. My appointed period will be thoroughly draught. Or well or ill, as this day's battle fought.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Alright, how now? Act 5 of King Lear. Scene 1, the British camp near Dover. Know the Duke of his last purpose hold, or whether since he is advised by aught to change the course, he'll full of alteration self-approving bring his constant pleasure. Our sister's man is certainly miscarried. 'Tis to be doubted, madam. Now, sweet lord, you know the goodness I intend upon you. Tell me but truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister? An honored love. But have you never found my brother's way to the forfended place? That thought abuses you. I am doubtful that you have been conjunct and bosomed with her as far as we call hers. No, by my honor, madam, I never shall endure her. Dear my lord, be not familiar with her. Fear me not, she and the Duke her husband. I had rather lose the battle than that sister should lose in him and me. Our very loving sister, well be met, sir, that this I heard, the king is come to his daughter, with others whom the rigour of her state forced to cry out. Where I cannot be honest, I never yet was valiant. For this business, if toucheth us, as France invade our land, not bolds the king, the others whom I fear. Most just and heavy causes make oppose. Sir, you speak nobly. Why is this reasoned? Combine together against the enemy, for these domestic and particular broils are not the question here. Let's then determine with the ancient of war on our proceeding. I shall attend you presently at your tent. Sister, you'll go with us? No, 'tis most convenient. Pray you go with us. Oh ho, I know the riddle, I will go. If e'er your grace had speech with man so poor, hear me one word. I'll overtake you, speak. Soldiers in attendance, before you fight the battle, ope this letter. If you have victory, let the trumpet sound for him that brought it. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion that will prove what is avouched here. If you miscarry, your business of the world hath so an end, and machination ceases. Fortune love you. Stay till I have read the letter. I was forbid it when time shall serve. Let but the herald cry, and I'll appear again. Why, fare thee well, I will o'erlook thy paper. The enemy's in view, draw up your powers. Here's the guess of your true strength and forces by diligent discovery. But your haste is now urged on you. Will you greet the time? To both these sisters have I sworn my love, each jealous of the other. As the strung are of the adder, which of them shall I take? Both? One or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. To take the widow exasperates, makes mad her sister, Goneril, and hardly shall I carry out my side, her husband being alive. Now then, we'll use his countenance for the battle, which being done, let her who will be rid of him devise his speedy taking off. As for the mercy which he intends to Lear and to Cordelia, the battle done, and they within our power shall never see his pardon. For my estate stands on me to defend, not to debate. Scene 2, a field between the two camps. Here, father, take the shadow of his tree, for your good hosts pray that the right might thrive. If ever I return you again, I'll bring you comfort. Grace go with you,
I
sir.
can help you out.
Away, old man, give me thy hand, away. Give Lear half lost, he and his daughter 10, give me thy hand, come on. No, further, sir, a man may rot even here. What, in ill thoughts again? Men must endure, they're going hence even as they're coming hither. Rightness is all, come on. And that's true, too. Scene 3, the British camp near Dover. Until the greater pleasures first be known that are to censure them, we are not the first who, with best meaning, have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, am I cast down, myself with you else I'd frown, false fortune frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters? No. Come, let's away to prison. We let two alone will sing like birds I the cage. When thou dost ask me blessing, I'll kneel down and ask for forgiveness, so we'll live. And pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies and hear poor rogues talk of court news, and we'll talk with them too. who loses and who wins, who's in, who's out, and take upon the mystery of things, as if we were gods, spies, and will wear out in a walled prison, packs and sets of great ones that ebb and flow by the moon. Take them away. Upon such sacrifice, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? He that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven, and fire us hence like foxes. Wipe thine eyes. The conjurers shall devour them, flesh and fell, ere they shall make us weep. We'll see 'em starve first. Come hither, come, captain heart. Take thou this note. Go follow thee to prison. One step I'd advance thee, if thou dost as this instructs thee. Thou dost make thy way to noble fortunes. Know thou this, that men are as time is to be tender-minded, does not become sore. Thy great employment will not bear question. Either say thou'lt do it, or thrive by other means. I'll do it, my lord. About it, and right happy when thou hast done. Mark, I say instantly, and carry it so as I have set it down. I cannot draw a cart, nor eat dried oats. If it be a man's work, I will do it. Sir, you have showed today your valiant strain, and fortune led you well. You have the captives who were the opposites of the day's strife. We do require them of you, so do use them, as we shall find their merits, and to our safety may equally determine. Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention and appoint a guard, whose age has charms in it, whose title more to pluck the common bosom on the side, and to impress lances in her eyes, which do commend them. With him I sent to the queen, my reason all the same, and they are ready tomorrow or all at further space, to prepare where you shall hold your session. At this time we sweet and bleed, the friend hath lost his friend, and the best quarrels in the heat are cursed by those that feel their sharpness. The question of Cordelia and her father requires a fitter place. Sir, by your patience I hold you but a subject of this war, not as a brother. That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been demanded, ere you had spoke so far. He led our powers, bore the commission by grace in person, the which immediacy may fell stand up and call itself your brother. Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exact himself more than in your addition. In my rights, in my invested, he confers the best. That were the most, if he should husband you, just as do our proved prophets. Holla, holla, that eye that told you so looks but a squint. Lady, I am not well, as I should answer from a full-flown stomach. General, take out my soldiers, prisoners, patrimony. Dispose of them, of me, the walls are thine. Witness the world that I create he, there, my lord and master. Mean you to enjoy him? The let alone lies not in your goodwill, nor in mine. Half-blooded fellows, yes. Let me drums strike, and prove my title thine. Stay yet, hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and in thy arrest, this gilded serpent, for your claim, fair sister, I barge in the interest of my wife. 'Tis she is subcontracted to this lord, and I, her husband, contradict your bands. If you will marry, make your love to me, my lady's bespoke. An interlude. Thou art armed, Gloucester. Let the trumpet sound. If none appear to prove upon thy person thy heinous manifest and many treasons, there is my pledge. I'll prove it on my heart, ere I taste bread. Thou art in nothing less than I have e'er proclaimed thee. Sick, oh sick. If not, I'll ne'er trust medicine. There's my exchange. What in the world he is that names me traitor? Villain like he lies, called by thy trumpet, he that dares approach on him, on you, who not? I will maintain my truth and honor firmly. A herald ho! A herald ho, a herald. Trust to thy single virtue, for the soldiers all levied in my name have in my name took their discharge. My sickness grows upon me. She is not well, convey with my pen. Come hither, herald. Let the trumpet sound, and read out this. Sound, trumpet! If any man of quality or degree within the lists of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him appear at the third sound of the trumpet. He is bold in his defense. Sound again, again. Ask him his purposes, why he appears upon the call of the trumpet. What are you? Your name, your quality, and why you answer this present summons. No, my name is lost, my treason's tooth bared gnawn and canker bit. Yet am I noble as the adversary I could cope. Which is that adversary? What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester? himself, what saidst thou to him? Draw thy sword, that if my speech offend a noble heart, thy arm may do thee justice. Here is mine. Behold, it is the privilege of my honor, my oath, and my profession. I protest, maugre thy strength, youth, place, and eminence, despite thy victor sword and fire new fortune. Thy valor and thy heart, thou art a traitor. False to thy gods, thy brother and thy father, conspired against his high illustrious prince, and from the extremest upwards of thy head to the descent and dust below thy foot, a most toad-spotted traitor. Say thou no, this sword, this arm, and my best spirits are bent, to prove upon thy heart whereto I speak, thou liest. In wisdom I should ask thy name, but since thy outside looks so fair and warlike, and that by tongue some say a breeding breeze, what safe and nice that I meet will delay my rule of knighthood I disdain and spurn. Back do I toss these treasons to thy head. With the hell-hated lie overwhelm thy heart, which for they yet glance by and scarcely bruise, this sword of mine shall give away instant way, where they shall rest forever. Trumpet, speak! Save him, save him! This is practice, thou gentry, by the law of arms thou wast not bound to answer an unknown opposite. Thou art not vanquished, but cozened and beguiled. Shut your mouth, dame, or with the paper shall I stop it. Hold, sir, thou worse than any name, and read thine own evil. No tyrant lady, I perceive you know it. Say, if I speak the law of mine, not thine, who can arraign for me for't? Most monstrous, know'st thou this paper? Ask me not what I know, go after her, she's dead to discovering her. What you have charged me with, that I have done, and more, much more, this time will bring it out. 'Tis past, and so am I. But what art thou that hast misfortune on me? If thou art noble, I do forgive thee. Let's exchange charity. I am no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. If more, the more thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son. The gods are just, and of our pleasant vices make instruments to plague us. The dark and vicious places where thee he got cost him his eyes. Thou hast spoken right, 'tis true, the wheels come full circle, I am here. Methought thy very gait did prophesy a rural nobleness. I must embrace thee, let sorrow split my heart, if ever I did hate thee, or thy father. Worthy prince, I know it. Where have you hid yourself? How have you known the miseries of your father? By nursing them, my lord. List a brief tale, in which is told, oy, that my heart would burst, the bloody proclamation to escape, that followed me so near. Oh, our lives, sweetness, in the same death would hourly die, rather than die at once. Taught me to shift into a madman's rags, to assume semblance the very dogs sustained, and in this habit met I my father with his bleeding rings. Their precious stones, new lost, became his guide, let him beg for him, saved him from despair. Never, O fault, revealed myself unto him, until some half hour passed when I was armed, not sure though hoping of this good success. I asked his blessing, and from first to last told him my pilgrimage, but his flawed-hearted, alack, too weak to conflict to support twixt two extremes of passion, joy and grief, burst smilingly. This speech of yours hath moved me, and shall perchance do good. But speak you on, you look as you had something more to say, and if there be more woeful, hold it in. For I am almost ready to dissolve hearing of this. This would have seemed a period such as love, not sorrow, in another, to amplify too much, which would make much more in top extremity. Whilst I was big in clamor, came there a man who, having seen me in my worst estate, shunned my abhorred society, but then finding who 'twas that so endured, with this strong arms he fastened on my neck and bellowed out as he burst heaven. Through him on my father told the most piteous tale of Lear and him that ever ear received, which in recounting his grief grew puissant, and the strings of his life began to crack twice, and there I left him to trance. But who was this? Kent, sir, the banished Kent, who in disguise followed his enemy king, and did him servant proper for a slave. Help, help, oh help! What kind of help? Speak, man, what means that bloody knife? 'Tis hot, it smokes, it came even from the heart of, oh, she's dead. Who dead? Speak, man. Your lady, sir, your lady, and her sister, by her is poisoned, she confesses it. I was contracted to them both, all three, now marry in an instant. Here comes Kent. Produce the bodies, be they alive or dead. This judgment of the heavens that make us tremble touches us not with pity. Oh, is this he? The time will not allow the compliment which very manners urges. I am come to bid my king and master, I, good night. Is he not here? Great thing of us forgot. Speak, Edmund, where's the king? And where's Cordelia? Seest thou this object, king? Alack, why thus? Yet Edmund was beloved, warned the other poison for my sake, and after slew herself. Even so, cover their faces. I pant for life. Some good I meant to do, despite the mind of own nature. Quickly sinned, be brief in it. To the castle for my writ is on the life of Lear and on Cordelia. Nay, sin in time. Run, run, oh run. To whom, my lord? Who has the office? Send thy token of reprieve. Well thought on. Take my sword, get the captain. Haste thee for thy life. He hath commissioned for my wife and me to hang Cordelia in the prison, and to lay the blame upon her own despair, that she forbid herself. The gods defend her, bear him hence a while. Howl, 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 howl. Oh, you are mean, men of stones. Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them to heaven's values. Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them that heaven's vaults should crack. She's gone forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives. She's dead again. Lend me a looking glass, if that her breath will miss the stain as the stone. Why then she lives. Is this the promised end, or image of that horror? Fall and cease. This feather stir. She lives. If it be so, it is a chance which does redeem all sorrows that ever I have felt. Oh, my good master, prithee away. 'Tis noble Kent, your friend, that plague upon your murderers, traitors all. I might have saved her, now she's gone forever. Cordelia, stay a while. Ha! What as thou sayest? Her voice was ever soft, gentle and low, an excellent thing in women. I killed the slave, and was hanging thee. 'Tis true, my lord, he did. Did I not, fellow? I have seen the day with my good biting falcon, and I would have made them skip. I am old now, and these same crosses spoil me. Who are you? Mine eyes are not always the best, I'll tell you straight. If fortune brag of two she loved and hated, one of them we behold. This is dull sight, are you not Kent? The same, you servant Kent, there is your servant Caius. He's a good fellow, I can tell you that. He'll strike and quickly too, he's dead and rotten. No, my good lord, I'm the very man, I'll see that straight. That from the first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps. You are welcome hither, nor no man else. All's cheerless, dark, and deadly. Your elders darkness have foredone themselves in desperate day. Aye, so I think he knows not what he says, and vain it is that we present us to him. A very bootless. Edmund is dead, my lord. That's but a trifle here. You lords noble friends know our intent. What comfort to this great decay may come shall be applied. For us we will resign. During the life of this old majesty, to him our absolute power.
They'll never see us coming.
You, to your rights, will boot such position as your honors have more than merited. All friends shall taste the wages of the virtue, and all foes the cup of their deservings. Oh, see. And my poor fool is hanged. No life. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life, and now no breath at all? Thou'lt come no more. Never. Pray undo this button, thank you, sir. And do you see this? Look unto her lips. Ha! Look there, a ship. He faints. My lord, break heart, I prithee break. Look up, my lord, vex not his ghost. Oh, let him pass, he hates him that would upon the rack of this trial would stretch him out longer. He is gone, indeed. The wonder is he hath endured so long, but he but usurped his life. Bear them from hence, our present business is general woe. Friends of my soul, you twain rule in this realm, and the gorged state sustain. I have a journey, sir, shortly to go. My master calls me, I must not say no. The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most, we that are young shall never see as much nor live so long. The end of King Lear. Again, I'll finish this out, and we'll be on our way.
From the heavens!